assembling an iPhone 6. We're doing a screen replacement, in case you guys haven't read the title. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? First things first, I'm going to disconnect the battery. As you can see, the battery is disconnected. The battery is actually right here. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the screen. Now before I started the video, I already had another screen with a glass on it, so in case you're wondering. I like using old-fashioned tools, but some people prefer using, like those wow stick drills. I do have those as well. This is a wow stick, as you can see. This is wow stick, yeah. Looks just like a regular screwdriver, or as you can tell, you can remove the screws without really having to do much. It really comes in handy, honestly. Great tool. Now, we also do factory unlocks for devices as well. You guys need to switch carriers, or you leaving the country, you can go ahead and ship us your item so we can have it unlocked to you. Normally it takes about a couple of minutes to unlock, traditionally. Now, this is another one I had. You can tell. Brand new. Never been used. The process is generally the same. Make sure your flex cables and everything else are good. Make sure you hear like a little crunch or like a snap. That's so you know everything's been set in place. And a fair word of advice, when I first started using, or should I say when I first started repairing devices, especially iPhones in particular, I used to make the grave mistake that I would take out the flex cables using like metal pliers like this, and that's a no-no because it'll cause a short circuit. Obviously, you know, from experience, I can let you guys know that that does happen. It's rare, but it does happen, especially if you don't unplug the battery. Sadly, it's a pretty good chance that it'll happen. As you can see, Apple logo. Screen looks good. Go ahead and test it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I've been doing IT work for over 10 years, so I can try to answer to the best of my ability. And there it is. There it is. It is new. So, now that we've tested it out, we can go ahead and put everything back together. Definitely recommend getting a screw, or at least a screwdriver, or anything really magnetic, just because it helps out when you install these things. One second. That flew away. That's bound to happen from time to time. Okay. Make sure that crunch is there. Okay. That's one down. You have to love these screws sometimes. It takes a lot of patience. Wish I had some music, but you know how YouTube is with copyright stuff. So I mean, I'll probably add music later on. I just got to figure out what kind of music to play in the background so it's not like copyrighted straight. Because sadly, YouTube likes to copyright a lot of stuff. That's kind of what stopped me from making videos altogether at one point, due to the fact that even if you give credit to like the original creators of the music or things like that, unfortunately YouTube sometimes, or not even that, it could be just the company in general or the topic you're speaking about, YouTube could flag it and be like, hey, not copyright strike, and then you're demonetized, and then you don't make anything from the videos. And granted, I wasn't making much to begin with, but still, you know. But moving forward, I'm going to start making more videos. Maybe just repairs, maybe software downloads, you know, things like that, basics, like how to make an invoice, how to design business cards, maybe logo creation, things like that. So let me know how the video turns out, honestly. I don't think I've enabled the chat option as of yet, unfortunately, but I will get the kinks worked out in a little, or whenever I get the chance. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure the screws are in place. Yep. Okay. We have one left, and then we can go ahead and seal her up. It's not really that complicated to do, honestly. guess that little screw doesn't want to get in there. You get those from time to time. But you have to love Apple products. Speaking of Apple products, I hear some of the Apple developers aren't doing any courses anymore for a while. And if you guys need help with CompTIA, I'd be more than happy to help. At least, guiding you in the right direction as far as getting your CompTIA certification and everything else. Granted, it's just a piece of paper, but it gives you a leg up versus a lot of other people that don't have much. Alright, now that screw's been put in place, what we're going to do is there should be some grooves on the top of the screen. I'll put it as close as, or as near as perfect as possible so you guys can see that, yeah? Make sure the grooves go in first. Alright, and then you can hear a crunch. There you go. Phone's sealed all the way through. Now granted, I could have put sealant on there, and that's always a good idea. I just didn't have any on me at the moment, but you guys can always just use like a sealant in case you guys don't want to get like water in the phone and stuff. But this is just kind of an idea of how to change out your screen. Now, this is how this tool works. Simple as that. I'll go ahead and put a link in the description if you guys are really interested in what kind of tools I use, at least for my repairs, as far as like screw tips, like for example where I got the mat and everything else. I might make a website or something like that later on in the future. There it is. Now, as far as the unlocking goes, since I still have it on anyways, it's got 4%. So, this is my master unlock sim, yeah? What I do with this is as follows. You guys can use a paperclip if you want to, but I use these personally. Everybody's different. But we go in the SIM tray, eject the SIM card if it has one. In this case, this one doesn't have one. Put the master unlock SIM inside the SIM card slot. Make sure it's nice and snug. Oh, well, that didn't work out too well, did it? Okay. Nice and snug. You guys are probably asking, who's using an iPhone 6 in 2022? You'd be surprised. Okay, so mine's is already unlocked, but if it wasn't, obviously it would give me through the activation. If you have iCloud on your device, you would have to input your iCloud information, and then it'll let you in. Majority of the time, yeah? So, for example, this one originally, if I'm not mistaken, was looks like AT&T. Now you guys are probably wondering what those lines are and stuff like that. That's just their wallpaper. It was just a standalone wallpaper. But long story short, if it was unlocked, or if it wasn't unlocked, it would give me a prompt, and then I'd have to go through the activation, etc., etc. So, yep. That's the phone. Good as new. Any questions, comments, concerns, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to help. If not, you guys can go ahead and comment in chat, or if you guys want my personal email, I can go ahead and give you that too. Well, not personal, but business, but yeah. Anyways,